Hey, and I'm streaming to you live from Western Australia. It's currently 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning here in my neck of the woods, and I hope this live finds you all well. Just thought I would jump on just randomly and just pop in and say hey. Right off the bat, I just want to say thank you in advance for liking and sharing the live. I appreciate that. That would be awesome. And also, just want to acknowledge my appreciation for you guys for your love, support, and encouragement. Without it, I certainly wouldn't be able to do the things that I enjoy doing, which is dumpster diving and, of course, helping the community. If you've just jumped on and joined us, let us know in comments like where you're from, what time of the day it is for you. That would be awesome. And yeah, keep those comments coming. It takes me a hot minute to reply to them, but I get to them eventually. That's the main thing. Happy holidays to you too, Melissa. Hello, welcome. I'm only on here real quickly, just a quick catch up. Oh, and I hope everyone is awesome. Hi there, Ma. How are you? So good to see your name pop up in the comments. As always, 6:03 p.m. where you are at. Yes, well, I missed my window of opportunity to go live yesterday because I went visiting family. So, yeah, I thought I'd catch up with everyone today if I can. Yeah, the weather is getting really warm here in WA. It is starting to heat up, which is making dumpster diving extremely difficult on so many levels because for most of you that follow my journey or have been following my journey in dumpster diving, I do focus mainly around food, as you know. So all of my visits have been met with a lot of, not a lot of food, but some of it has been spoiled. And yeah, I'm just not getting to it in time. But still finding some little bits and pieces here and there that make an impact. It is getting cold for you there, Ma, in California. No doubt. Yes, well, I talk to Grab It Fast, occasionally. And yeah, he's telling me it's just starting to snow in his area in Michigan. So yeah, while you guys are rigging up and getting set for the cold weather, we're stripping down and getting ready for the heat waves. So in the near future, we'll be seeing a lot of random lives of us going to the beach and enjoying the crystal blue waters of Western Australia, the golden sands, the clear blue, endless blue skies, and and of course the 180-degree panoramic horizon of the ocean, which is good for most. I'm still not conditioned to the hot weather. I come from New Zealand, so that's known to be a cold place, it being so close to Antarctica. So I'm used to cooler weather than I am to hotter weather. And if you ask me my preference, it would definitely be cooler weather. Yep. I've evolved to learn how to keep myself warm as opposed to trying to keep myself cool. You can only sit in water for so long before it starts affecting the body, right? Yeah. Some fun things that's been happening, like we're totally settled into our new abode at the moment, but still trying to find our feet. But we love our new space and we're really enjoying it and finding all the nooks and crannies where we can put our stuff and coexist. So that's been a really positive thing. And it's so much closer to some of the dumpsters that I dive in. Even if it's 2 minutes, it's 2 minutes, right? So that's been really handy. I've been a little bit sheepish about it, to be honest, as well, because even though my flatmates or my housemates know what I do, it's about trying to share that space with the stuff I find, because whilst they're supportive, it's not something that they would do themselves. So trying to honour and respect that isn't a challenge. It just means I just have to find another solution for it to be able to work for me. Yeah. Love Aussie beaches, Marjane says. My job took me down under a few times. New Zealand is amazing. Love travelling and seeing the marvellous sights and cultures. Absolutely. And as a person of culture and from New Zealand, to come here and experience the Aboriginal culture blows my mind. I love it. So more recently, as I'm not too sure whether many of you know, Grab It Fast and myself have got a collaboration page and channel on Facebook and YouTube called Rise and Dive. And so I pretty much run the Facebook page, and I've been incorporating a little bit of my culture, Māori culture on there, just little bits. It's not exactly attached to dumpster diving, but I think just to offset all of the jumping in the dumpsters and all that sort of stuff. And because I can as well. I love being who I am, and I know exactly who I am and where I come from. I know my lineage, and I love sharing it. Yeah, which was something I was going to do on my channel, and I said I was going to do it many years ago. I just haven't found a way to incorporate it, because I think as a whole people may not be interested, but it's super interesting. Yeah, but who knows? That still may happen. Anyway, I hope this live finds you all well, and that you had a great weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. I caught up with my brothers who I haven't seen for nearly a year. And you know how you run into family that you haven't seen for a while, but you get straight back into talking and connecting like you'd just seen each other yesterday. That's how it was, man. And we spent hours just reminiscing about our childhood and stuff like that. Our parents who have been since gone for the last 20 years. And I think I guess we do that every year around about this time. Yeah, I miss my family the most around about this time. Hi, Phyllis. How are you? How are your little birds? I hope they are chirping like they should be. Yeah, so if you've just joined us, thank you. Greetings, welcome. Let us know where you're from and what time of the day it is for you in comments. I would appreciate that. It's always awesome to know, what part of the world you're from and where you're in. And I just love it. And also, thank you all in advance for the likes and the shares of this live. I really do appreciate it. All it means is that it lets YouTube know that people appreciate this content, and we'll have a tendency to push it out. And for me, one of the purposes of doing lives is to be able to create a space where our community can come together and then we can have some fun. I did say the last time we went live that we were I'll have my laptop ready and we were gonna start getting back into trivia games and just hang out for a couple of hours and be a bit more interactive, but I haven't gotten to that stage yet. So, but please do watch this space. Yeah, this year has quickly coming to an end, so I hope everyone's ready for Christmas. I certainly am not, but I think I work better under pressure. Barbara, how are you, Barbara? Ma says your culture is filled with rich heritage. My culture, dances and chants too. Jingle dances are my favourites. Awesome, that's awesome to know, Ma. How are you, Barbara? So good to see you. Jennifer, hi Jennifer. Hi there. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the Wi-Fi here, so there might be a little bit of a delay. Please, if you guys I'm having difficulty hearing me or seeing me, let me know, and I don't know. I'll go into solutions mode, I suppose. Yeah, so trying to create a more harmonious and regular company. A lot of yous that join my lives have been with me since day dot, and for that I love you guys forever. And yeah, and I'm really interested in getting more people into our community that's just surrounded by positivity and empathy and compassion and also be able to be provocative and share where we're having troughs in our lives so we can get behind our people, get behind our community and help uplift them, whatever that may be, a loss, grief, just not having a great day today, not a great week, you know. So yeah, hope everyone's getting ready for Christmas. Just a couple of more weeks down the track, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. I mean, it used to be a very stressful time for my darling and I, especially when our kids were younger, because um, maintaining expectations of that sort of tradition, of gifting, and there was an expectation from my children's side, yeah, that on those days that you would get gifts. It was a shoe, and you didn't even have to do anything in particular for the reward, even though quite clearly the Christmas rhyme says you better be good and you got to be nice. Doesn't always apply, right? So now that they're adults and they have their own kids, they've been messaging us saying, "How did you guys do it? We've only got one child. We've only got three child. You had six children. How did you guys do it?" Well, we planned. We resigned ourselves to the fact that this is what's happening, and we just got on with it. And we worked really hard. Yeah. The baby birds are growing like mad. They have most of their feathers, a mixture of blue and green and yellow, like the colors on the rainbow, Phyllis. How awesome. I'm so happy for you. So now that the kids are growing, there's that expectation has flown out the window, except for a few prezzies for our grandkids. Otherwise, it's a day that we can be merry and eat a lot and sleep a lot. Eat and sleep and repeat. That's pretty much the day for Christmas. Unfortunately, my sweetheart, she has to go to work on that day. For us, it's just another day. Yeah. We haven't hosted a Christmas in a while. We haven't hosted a Christmas in a while. That's because our children choose to host it, which has been great news. Now I can go to their house and I can leave all the lights on, for example. I can splash water on the mirror and just not clean it. I can grab a towel and I'll just leave it on the floor, for instance. I'll um, I'll go into the fridge and I'll open up every carton of milk. Yeah, because payback is a real bugger. No, I wouldn't do that. But my mind says go do it. Alan Barkle, Alan Barkle. G'day, mate. G'day, g'day. Yeah, right, Barbara. So yeah, um, so my children, at least the ones living in Australia, have become the hosts of Christmas. What are doing today, mate? Well, I last minute got told that there was no work for me today, so I'm just doing the house chores, just straightening and putting things in order and making it less chaotic and getting things organized. And that's been my morning so far. And work inside, work outside, and then probably be done around about 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. In which case I've earned the right to sort of relax a little bit. But I thought I'd just take this opportunity because I'm waiting for my washing to go, and I've mopped the floors and I'm waiting for the floors to dry. So I thought I'd take a 30 minutes, a 45 minutes to come and hang out with you guys because I didn't go live yesterday because I was out visiting family. No work, you're killing me. Oh, you're feeling sort of cranky? Well, you come to the right place, Barbara. You know, you know, you know better than anyone by the time that you leave my life that you feel like, it was like, man, I'm glad. Oh, man, I'm glad I did that. You know what I mean? No work, mate. You're killing me. But busy day. Hey, I acknowledge and recognize that while I went to work as a young man and a provider for my family and my household, that the work that I was doing was harder than the work my wife was doing, keeping the house and raising the children. And that, in fact, is equally as difficult, if not more difficult, right? So, yeah. Am I working while I'm not working? Absolutely. But what would you call it? It's a labor of love because after being 30 years with my darling, and we know what we like, and the beauty about having shifted in with our housemates, they're the same expectation. So it's just keeping order, and I've been doing it for a long time. Yeah, my missus tells me what to do, and I do it. So now it's like automatic. So hardly hard work, but rather I enjoy order. How big is your yard at your new place? Running around the room, veggies and stuff. Sorry, just curious. Oh, let's go for a quick tour. Must have missed the last one, but yeah. Um, let's go and have a look. It is a really beautiful space. It is designed for entertainment. But with the hot weather right now, we are. Oh, you did miss the last tour. Well, yeah, let's go. So this is our just one of the outdoor spaces. Our housemate loves growing frangipangies, so she's got some really rare ones. And they love direct sunlight, garage and such. Hey Michelle, hey Michelle. Outdoor kitchen under cover. When they got here, the this was all covered in. Oh, this was a mess. So we've cleaned it up since we've been here. It's not a huge backyard, but it does have lots of potential. And our housemate's granddaughter just loves this area, and there's plenty of room for tama also. It's all fenced in, little garden shed there, garage here. little bit of festivity stuff. But yeah, that's the space that we're living in, and I guess the front is just as spacious. Hold it, hold it. There we go. Oh well, let's go for a tour through the house for Alan. So this is one of the lounges. Bedroom with an ensuite through there. That's our housemates. That's their little space that they're comfortable with. This is the dining area. That's where I was just sitting before. Kitchen. This is where I've done the dishes. This is our lounge area. Plenty of room. There's just 4 of us in this house. 2 couples. This is the front yard. Out onto the main street. I mean, check out that. That's going to be like this for the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. We're madly trying to get the grass back because the people who lived here before us just ruined it. So we're going to bring it back, claw it back. Zombie, hey Zombie, how are you, my friend? And yeah, this is our hood. This is the hood. Awesome neighbors. And of course the other house, a part of the house is rooms and bathroom. But yeah, it is heating up here in WA. Heating up. Every time there's a westerly wind, every time there's an easterly, it blows the desert flies into the city. And the warmer it gets, the angrier they get. The angrier they get, the more they buzz around your face and your eyes and stuff. Okay, when's the housewarming party, Zombie? Come on now. It starts the moment you turn up. Roxanne, hi there, Roxanne. Alfie, hi there. Good morning to you, Alfie. Sonia, hi there, Sonia. What area do you live in? Oh, Sonia. You know I can't tell you that. Next minute I'll be having all sorts of people just randomly knocking on my door. Nah. Hope you're well too, Michelle. Yes, it is starting to get very warm here indeed. I think he lives in Australia. Oh, if you ask me, yeah, the country. Yeah, I do. I do live in Australia. But I'm originally from New Zealand. Knock, knock. Who's there? Zombie, thank you so much. Oh dear, when you get easterly winds, you get weather shenanigans there, Barbara? Oh no. Who's there? You know, I'll be there for fish and onion rings. Oh, you know it. I'm glad you enjoyed my... You can hear the New Zealand accent, Alan. I've been in Australia for 16 years, and my cousins, when I talk to them on the phone, they go, "Are you back home, bro?" And I go, "No, I'm still in Australia, bro." They go, "Dang, you sound more Māori now than before you left." That's funny as. Oh, you too, Alfie. You have a nice day also. Sir Samuel. Hello, Sir Samuel. Hi there, Sue. How are you? Blessings to you, Sue. No, but I just wanted to catch up with everyone and just give you a bit of a rundown. Like I promise, pinky promise that I'll be on next Sunday. Um, just meeting up with my family was random. My brother just called me out of the blue, and I had to battle with myself to choose between my brother or my YouTube family, and obviously I chose my brothers. But I promise next Sunday, your guys' Sunday night, I'll go live, and because I miss playing the games and doing all of that stuff rather than just talking to you through the screen and answer. I would rather that we do something interactively and have some fun rather than listening to me like just be a blowhorn, right? So I really miss that. So I want to just let you guys know next Sunday be fully into doing that. I've been dropping a video every day, and to be honest, a couple of them have been some of my old ones that have got like less than 2 or 3 thousand views from way back, and I thought that they were good videos, so I gave them the light of day again, and not to get more views, but rather for I posted them at a time when I probably had like 5,000 subscribers, so I've got like a brand new batch of subscribers now. So I'm just bringing it to the light. Not that they're doing any better viewer wise. I just gave them an opportunity to see the light again. But like I say, I'm going to get like right back into the full swing of things. Christmas coming up as well. It's going to be challenging, not just for me, but for everyone. But I hope to be able to bring you guys some fresh, new content on the regular, like I did once upon a time. Yeah. So I appreciate all your guys' support, and watching and your comments. You know, I want to acknowledge you and let you guys know that. Frank Boss, good night. Good night, Frank. Thank you for coming. I haven't ever watched you before. You are very nice. Oh, well, thank you, Sir Samuel. I appreciate that. You should watch my videos and see how nice I am to my community. I do dumpster diving. I save food from the dumpsters, from the landfill, and after I process everything and clean it all and get it sanitized and make it look presentable, I donate it to the community. Yeah. And there's never been more of a need for the community, for help for the community now than ever before. It's crazy. It was worse than but the pandemic. We got people that actually have jobs that earn enough of living, but they have to decide between paying the bills or buying food. Because if you don't pay the bills, it keeps stacking up, and eventually wolves come knocking on your door. But if you don't buy food, then people get a little bit antsy and a little bit ratty and a little bit short-tempered and cranky, because an empty belly has no conscience. Chi say, Signora. True, yeah. Wow, 25 in here, I know. God bless you, man. You too, Frank. Um, so yeah, and so more recently, because say a year ago the abundance was quite clear, and there was a lot of food around. Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. Corporate had no problem throwing food out that was still good to make way for the way fresher stuff to be put on the shelves. So rather than reduce the price or even put it out into hampers to give away to communities that they build these stores into, they just throw it away. And then a person like myself or dumpster divers like myself would come along and be that middleman or be that reason that stops it from going and turning into methane gas in some landfill, which is terrible shock because staff value their job rather than a sense of humanity, and understandable. It's not that I'm hating on, at all. Yeah, so yeah, the cost of living is around the globe has hit new highs, and communities have hit new lows, and the people are now openly voicing their concerns about the struggles because social media is so prevalent now. You know, everyone has a voice. Everyone can have a voice. Hi Sue. Hi Sarah. Food here has tripled in cost. My income has not gone up. We eat fresh veg, except, but our outreaches have not gotten more. Yes, because you do food banks, right, Ma? I cook for our homeless once a week. The donations to it have diminished. Yeah, because you, at the end of the day, you know what I have come to the realization after doing all of this. Only people that help the poor are poor people. Yeah, because they understand what struggle is. They understand what it is to go without. They know full well what it's like to go to bed with an empty belly, and they know what it's like to worry about whether your power's going to be turned off, whether your water's going to be turned off, whether your car's going to be repossessed. Only people of struggle can truly understand struggle. And so, with the cost of living, even the kindest of hearts, the biggest of compassions, are finding it difficult to even pinch pennies from themselves. So that's why donations are diminishing, even from me. Supermarkets are making promises that by the year 2025, that by the year 2025 that there'll be zero food waste in the dumpsters. That everything will be have decent ordering, ordering properly for demand. But we know the truth. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate you. I do see them. The donations are increasing, because I work closely with an organisation that actually has volunteers that go out and support what they're trying to achieve. However, there'll always be some kind of food waste, just not at the levels that we were used to seeing in the past.
Oi, oi. Hey.
Where is everybody?
Oh, I think he's gone to work.
How's he working today?
Yeah, but he's back at 1. Come on, mate.
Not to stop the phone, but no. You get on the phone.
You go on through. Yeah, he's gone on to do his 4 hours for the day, so he's back at 1 o'clock. It's just me home today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you get his, did it work?
I don't think he checked. Not since yesterday.
Oh well, all right. I was just checking up to see if he was, if he got it organised.
Couldn't tell you neither way.
Oh.
Sorry about that, Baz.
That's all right, no worries.
He knew he was working yesterday, by the way.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Must have been just one of them foggy mind
He
moments.
goes in one ear and out the other. I have the same problem too. It goes in one ear and out the other.
Yours is justifiable based on age, my friend. Even though you look like a 50-year-old.
Yeah, oh, well. All right. Yeah, nothing I can do. He's not working tomorrow, is he?
No. No, next time will be Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Tell him to give me a ring. What he's supposed to do, what he's doing.
I will. You'll be. I'll do it with a chuckle on my face too. Oh, let's share that, bro. Oh man.
I would have come here earlier, but I had to go. Remembered I had to go to the bloody quack.
Oh shucks.
Yeah. That's blood test. They're as slow as all shit up there. All right, I'll leave you in peace. Have fun. Be good.
Yeah, you too, Bez.
All right. Be good.
Sorry about that, guys. It's hard, man. It's hard to be rude because I'm such a. That man right there, he's such a good man, and I love chatting with him. He's nearly 70 years old. He's got tons of stories. You know, he's partially deaf, and he's the kind of guy I like to sit down and just like have a good conversation with. So it's really, really hard to sort of like usher him on. Bye, Mr. At the door. Hey, Brax, what's going on, man? Yeah, otherwise, under any normal circumstances, I would invite him in, cup of tea, go sit out the back, have a drink, have a chat, because he still lives by himself, you know. So I always like accommodating Barry. Good man. When he first met me, he sort of looked at me sideways and sort of didn't know how to, like, what to make of me. And of course, I make myself approachable and open to him straight away. I speak very directly to him. I noticed he had a hearing aid, so I made sure I faced him and talked to him directly, and I'll get on like a house on fire, you know, because I was really interested in wanting to know him, and I just think we're put on this planet so we can make really heartfelt connections and have constructive conversations, you know. That's what I think we're here for. And so I'm always trusting and open when I meet people, and I'm interested in learning about you so I can establish common ground really quickly, you know, so then we have something to talk about. Yeah. Instead of pity-pattering around and beating around the bush. What do you like? What's your job? What sports? Cars? What is it? You know, let's find something. We were curious about this guy. He seems cool. Hi, from Brazil. It's difficult to speak and read this language. I'm sure it would be. But I guess without understanding the language, I'm sure you can hear by the tone that it's friendly. Amy Feet, oh my goodness, Merry Christmas to you, Amy. Wow. Have not seen your name in here for a hot minute. Yes, and just to address what you were saying before too, Barbara, as divers, I think we're more. I think it's because we never had a lot. We don't like the idea of waste. So going in the dumpster, even though it presents its challenges, we can. A lot of us can work through it and find the value. You know, whether it be, and value doesn't have to equate to dollars. It's just what we find as individuals, that's important to me, or I want that, or I need that, you know, that kind of value. You've been away for a bit. Happy to be back. I'm so happy to see you back. Heck yeah, it's so cool to see your name pop up in the comments, my friend, after all this time. Hi, Stephanie. Hi there. How are you? Happy that Jesus wasn't back. Nick off. And you know what? Just on that comment, you know, when we get handouts or food parcels or use food stamps, society has deemed it to be less than something to be proud of, because we're made to believe that we are incapable of being able to provide for ourselves, right? But if you look, before there was any stores, before there was any currency, we had to go and forage and hunt and search and gather and collect food every single day when there wasn't agriculture. And when the agriculture come around, we had to learn how to dig and sow and nurture and weed, and it was ongoing. It was hard work. It was hard work. But we were providing for ourselves, right? We were providing for ourselves. But we were also grew enough that we could provide for others, because there was a bartering system that used to go on. That hut over there wasn't great at doing gardens, but they were the best at making something for they were the best at making the bowls that we eat out of, right? Or lighting fires. So there was, hey, I'll grow this for you if you come and make my fire pit. Done. Whereas we were, community was exactly that. We were we didn't have all the skills, but we had a set of skills that we could bring to the table. So where's that gone? Where has those abilities gone? I'm sure that there's something in our DNA that we're blessed with some kind of skill that comes naturally to us, or a virtue. You know, it might be patience. If you have patience, it might make you a good teacher or something, or be able to help learn somebody because you have patience. Or you have energy, right? You have energy, so that makes you a good, something that can work with your hands or work with your feet, or, you know, I don't know. I'm sure you know what I mean, right? Big B, in the States, when I was little, the government gave the poor families a brick of salty orange cheese once a month. Yeah, a handout, right? A handout. It meant, you know, that they're still doing that, like, to the poor now, except it's not a block of cheese. It's a handout. And society has deemed that handouts are no good, because they see that family as not being able to provide them for themselves. That's what I'm getting at. It's, you know, shocking. It's shocking. We're our own worst enemies, man. And you were only made to feel ashamed because you would have heard people pick on others, or you were picked on by people, targeted by people from get there. You got the cheese. That's good, you know. It's done, and it creates generational trauma. It creates trauma generationally. And so when we see that, we might be empathetic to others, but there's something in the back of our mind that sort of, that, you know, I can't quite find the words to express what I'm trying to say, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Even though we don't act out like that, there's something in the back of our mind. I do it all the time. I come from a time of struggle. I see people struggle. And, you know, sometimes the first thing that pops into my head is I say, come on, Mr. President, man, you know, pick your bootlaces up and work on it. work on being poor. You don't have to be poor and derelict. You can be poor and be proud of your surroundings. But I think it all comes down to those, those skill sets that we possess naturally. Some people can like plotter around and fix things up like my brother can. He just lives my brother lives on a block of land with a caravan, and he's got all sorts of gazebos and tents popped up around the place. But his place looks immaculate. His caravan's immaculately clean. Everything's organized. I mean, some parts of it are chaotic, but he sorts through them and he builds little things. So he has that in his DNA, but he's got no patience. USDA food still is given out, but seldom the cheese. Yes, the look from people who sneer down their noses at us. Yeah, and you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm sure it went out to millions of people. Millions. So when you look at it like that, at those sort of percentages, it was the minority that were picking on the majority. Right, and it made such an everlasting. Just goes to show how negativity can leave an imprint and make such an impact for so many years for people. I own my own land now, so I can have nice gardens and fruit trees. Yes. And feed you well for sure, Stephanie, definitely. Yeah, and I've no doubt you work really hard for it too, Barbara, People may not be good at everything, but everyone is good at something. Absolutely. No truer words said. Hola from Brazil. Hola from Australia. Megan. Miguel. Yeah, but I think human beings would prosper if we had a little bit of land, and the freedom to do whatever we wanted on it. Claudette is in the house, everyone. Everyone say hello to Claudette. Jessica from Texas. I started me some lemon trees from seed, and I'm excited. That is so exciting when you grow things from seed. Like, I love gardening, and a lot of the things, Jessica, that I would find from the dumpster, like especially the fruit and the vegetables, would often end up in seed and end up in seedlings, or just from the heads of crop, like the base, the base of a bunch of celery. You chop that bad boy off and just sit it in water, it will grow. A potato will, if you throw it in the dirt and just nurture it, it will grow. Beetroot, pineapple crown, any fruit and vegetable. Pumpkin, dry the pumpkin seeds, avocado pips, lemons. Really, we have I mean, they're not the best seeds, right? They're not the best seeds. They're not heirloom seeds or anything like that. A lot of them have been GMO, but they'll do. That's better than nothing at all. I've got a friend who's doing a home build garden tower, and I said to him, bro, can you do one that's bench top, that's not for outside, because he wants to do one that's about 2.5 meters tall and has about 50 pots. I said, can you do one that's about 1 meter tall, that's a little bit wider and rounder, but you'll be able to get you can do like herbs, but you can do other leaf greens, like you can do parsley or watercress or lettuce or kale or cabbage or something, bok choy. Those are some of the Asian greens, some other mustard greens. So he's in the middle of doing that and documenting it on TikTok at the moment. So I'm excited to see what he comes up with, because he enjoyed the challenge. Yes, I know what you are talking about. I bought me some green onions and cut the bottoms off and put them in dirt. Now I have 15 onions plants. That's what I'm talking about, Jessica. I like your style, Jessica. How are you doing, Claudia? It's so awesome to see your name pop up in the comments, as always, and the same with everyone else. You love beet greens? Me too. Well, I hope the live is finding everyone well, and I appreciate you guys all stopping in and being part of it, and joining me and just hanging out for a little bit. So thank you so much, and I thank you all in advance for liking the live stream and sharing it if you can. That would be so cool. If you didn't already know, but I'm going to let you know now, and probably I just always remind people, one of the purposes of me going live, aside from catching up and giving you an update of what's going on, is to try and create a community where we can share information, share ideas, and come into a space that's filled with positivity, that we welcome and greet and help each other. And then doesn't always have to be like that. We can be provocative, we can be have our low moment, share, be able to feel free that you can share if you're having a bad day or just having a bad moment or a bad week or something's going on in your life, that you can pop up in the comments so we can get behind you and just support you for that moment, so that when you leave the live, you leave feeling enlightened, you leave feeling that you've learned something new, you leave feeling that you've been acknowledged and that you've been heard, and you leave feeling that this is good enough for me. I can't wait for the next one. That's what I'm hoping to achieve. And, what more could anyone ask for, really? I confess I'm a prop lifter. You don't walk around with like secateurs or anything like that, do you, Barbara? When I see something growing that is useful, I steal a little piece to propagate, usually from a family member yard. They know what I'm doing. You just like randomly, just snip, snip. I think, well, it's there to be shared, I reckon, It's not like you're hacksawing off a whole branch and leaving it. Yeah, my mum used to do the same. She would get me to knock on the door and ask if she could take a cutting. I'm so happy to hear all your positive talk. Thank you, Amy. Good to see you, Lars says, Ma. Appreciate these moments. I love these moments with you guys. And no one appreciates you guys more than I do. I'm telling you that right now. There's the brother Caleb in the house. Love you, my bro. Bold Lion in the house, everyone. Name is Caleb. Yeah, and that's it. I'll just we only have windows of opportunity, and I'd like to maximize those opportunities with you guys, and which is why I like engaging in the comments, and like the trivia is nice and thing. It's a fun thing to do, but I'm sure that between us all, we're able to share some of our life experiences and how that carries us over to how we live for today. And even though we met each other through the content of dumpster diving, I'm sure we all share the same thing about, and not necessarily struggle, but because struggle can mean so many different things to different people. It could be, whether that is, whether what kind of struggle that is, it's still struggle all the same. I think that the whole basis around it is that that ultimately that will be returning to a real back to basics kind of living, really. And the encouragement is now leaning more towards, well, how can I support you moving forward? Is trying to release the grip or the hold of convenience and learning to some basic survival skills so that we can become more self-efficient. Yeah. And I think we carry some of that with us anyway. A lot of us are at the age group where we've seen our parents grow gardens and participated in them keeping them maintained. We've seen our parents have to pinch pennies, but made sure that that their kids didn't have to worry about those sort of things. Yet we could still see it, you know. We come from an era that nothing went to waste and everything was built well, and that if you didn't keep your attention to the details, more times than not, you would waste something, have to do it again, you know. We share a lot, be same race, same shiz, same day. But that's very true. Buy one, keep the seed, put it in a glass jar with toothpicks to keep it just on the water, and until it reaches them, plant it in a pot with soil. And I mean, literally, it's that easy. Yeah, it's that easy. And then do heaps of them. Do a lot of them. Did I see your comment? Bro, I found my first 3 blue bottles, 2 Clorox bottles, scissors, and a 1940s Sprite from our Coke bottle factory. So much more. Wow. Caleb, that is awesome. Doing a bit of treasure hunting and finding yourself. I like that. Plus, you know, you see, it's funny that we're ending up talking about this because my brother loves doing curbside picking, and I've spoken to about him before because even he keeps things immaculate and organized, and he knows how to organize his chaos. But he's got a really good eye, and he's just got a good eye. It's you know. For nice things, and he sees value in things that other people don't see value in. But along the way, he's learning about these items. He's finding out about some of the Tonka toys, for example, or some of the axe heads that he finds because he does find a lot of tools. He loves garden ornaments and stuff like that. But he learns about them. He learns about them, and that's what you'll end up doing too, Caleb. Learning about the stuff that you find, its history, you know, and the stories that come with it is probably more valuable than the item itself. Is the stories that come with it. Hi, Christina. How are you? Hello, hello. Yep, that's true. Buongiorno. Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour, Christina. How many months till harvest, Ma? Oh, is that for avocados? Wait till this year. I've become rather bold. I'm going to try to air layer my neighbors. Asking for forgiveness is easier than asking to ask for permission. Asking for. No, we're straight up kids. We're straight up. Right. Just go and ask. It's when he says no and you do it, then it's probably better to ask for forgiveness. Is it hot there, Phyllis? Yes, it's very hot here. We're heading towards another heat wave. Yeah. Do it because he may flood you with all the information you need to, like maybe some nuggets you didn't know about, like where the tree come from, or so I don't know. Try and find some like golden egg or some silver lining attached to it, which should prompt the reason why to ask for something like that. Or something like that. You got an awesome gift from my best friend's parents. His dad's grandfather's friend served in World War One. He sent his grandfather a photo of him in his trench, signed and dated 1917. They gave it to me. Crazy. Yeah, I think items that are collected, items that are found, items that are acquired, ones that have a story, you know, which is why, Barbara, um, like when you can see it's a beautiful apple tree, and you would love to have one. That getting the cutting and then asking forgiveness may not come with the story, but if you get one, mind you, I mean, this is a more like uh, um, this is more of a scenario that's positive because you could just say no, get off my porch. Who the hell do you think you're like to look at it from a cynic's point of view, that would be all bad. But if it was all good and you asked, it could come with a story. It could come with the tree's history. It could come with like how we come about it, or it's already here when I, you know what I mean? I think that to me is the juicy bits right there. To me, outside of just like flat out finding something like what Caleb did, you never know the history behind it of what you find. I mean, aside from what you could find out, but aside from his story, I was going through an old shut down abandoned Coke thing and I found the Sprite cap and I found you create a story from there on in. Those bits are the best. That's what I like searching for. The crazy thing is that his parents know that my great grandfather served in the Army Reserves in the trenches as well. So it even means more to me. Many people served in the trenches. You want to know something else that's really interesting? That my people, my culture, invented trench warfare when in the 1840s during the land wars in New Zealand, when the British colonial armies came in and decided that we had already signed a treaty in 1840, and then the land war started because the Crown's representatives or the governing body at the time decided we want that land, we're just going to take it. And when we said, oh, no, you're not, then they go, yes, we will, and we'll do it by force. So they would use manpower and try and use gunpowder to take us out. And then when they went to go and attack parasites, or we were occupying, none of us were killed. We would pop out of trenches and cut them down, and they had never seen anything like it before. They were war savvy, but we had high IQ. We had war IQ. So we invented trench warfare. Then they went to go and take it into the rest of the world, started following suit. Stephanie, stop it. Let me go back to. Sorry, I'm just going back through the comments because I miss so many because I just ramble on sometimes. Hold up, I'll get me a glass of water real quick. Well, not a glass, but a water. Smoke break, yeah, go on. I don't do crikeys. Cold there for you, Stephanie? 34 degrees. Am I near Cyclone Jasper? No. No. I didn't even know that there was a cyclone. I know we're in cyclone season, or at least the northwesters, but no. It's terrible, like what happened to the soldiers that came back from war, especially World War One and World War Two. Some of the atrocities that they experienced, when they came home, society wasn't prepared for the kind of the mental issues that they went through. So World War One and World War Two back home in New Zealand, for our people, what the Māori saw when they returned back from war was so traumatic and shocking. There was no support or a means to be able to release or make sense of what they had seen in just normal society. So they usually led them to the drink and violence and unreachable, you know. And not just for Maori, but for all soldiers around this time. You know, I remember, some shocking things. Anyway, so it created generational trauma. Ellen, what's up? What was that cough earlier? It was funny. Sorry if I was rude. Are you talking about me, Plazy? Yeah, the code talkers. Lots of information about them nowadays, right? Oh, you are talking to me, Plazy? Too true, your uncle wasn't, so I'm thinking I might be the chat's a little bit behind, so I'll try and catch up. No, you're not being rude for asking what a cough is, but I can't recall if I even coughed. Probably. No, a lot of soldiers never been the same. You go from civilian life, you do hard training, then you go into start your tour, and you could start killing people from day one. Yep. You know, from hunting possums or deer and then shooting a human being. Yep. Or even going hand to hand combat, right? Or going into enemy territory and then just being scared and on edge your whole life. You know, the whole time you're in there, just like, oh man, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. And even though I've never been trained, or I would never go onto the front line. If war were to break out, I'd definitely be able to go into an isolated area and be able to survive. I'm lucky that I grew up around a family that knew how to hunt, that knew how to skin, how to fish, how to dive. Especially when I was back home in New Zealand, how to identify some of the plants that were edible and live in the bush. That not a problem. Like weeks, months, years if I had to. Wouldn't even faze me about the lack of conveniences at all. So you guys need to ask yourselves that, you know, if all of a sudden there was no more electricity, the financial system broke down, all vehicles stopped operating, like a big EMP or something, electrical magnetic pulse, stopped everything, electrical communications, you know, that had no means to go to the shop. How long would you survive? Seriously, how long could you survive? Not saying that that would happen, but I mean, it's, you know, what what sort of survival skills did you learn as a young person that you think would be able to see you through? Like I can hunt, dive, and I can slaughter, butcher a beast or small animals, make traps. Heading out. Have a good day. Have a good day, night. Okay, Amy. Thank you for popping in. You know how to trap? Yeah. Yeah. Cool, ma. Of course. Yeah, absolutely, Barbara. Yeah, of course they would. Ben Berry, what's up, Ben? You live on our farm, and I think this self-sufficient living is romanticized too much. I love modern conveniences. Yeah, but what if it's no longer available to you, though, Ben? Hey, don't get me wrong. I love, like, look, without modern conveniences, I wouldn't be able to go live that would reach people from all around the world. You know, Wi-Fi is more than just a modern convenience. It's a luxury. You know, being able to drive everywhere instead of saddling up a horse. I've done nothing but live in modern conveniences, but I also like the fact that I've stayed in touch with my primal side of things. And whether that's cultural or whatever, I don't know. But I'm glad that I possess those survival skills. If all of a sudden that I'm no longer the conveniences are no longer around me. Now, I'm not saying that all of a sudden that's what we should all go and do. I'm just sharing the fact that I like that I possess those skills. More power to those that prefer supermarkets over like growing your own vegetables. I couldn't care less. But yeah. But I don't think it's over romanticized to say something like that is actually quite foolish. It should be encouraged. And also, but you know, state your factors. Why is the convenience is better than something that you can grow yourself, rather than having a garden? Is it, you know, just making a statement saying that it's over romanticized isn't founded by anything that you've justified that the convenience is any better, other than convenient. It's no big issue anyway. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm glad that I possess those skills. Oh, I appreciate that, Ben. Thank you. No, I wasn't asking anything in particular. I was just making a statement, just saying that, you know, that that over saying that things are saying that self-efficient is over romanticized. People that want to be self-efficient should be encouraged. They should be encouraged. Well, you know, over the years, I've evolved. You know, with my videos, I've tried humor, I've tried information, I've tried. Um, I don't know, I do charity and all sorts of stuff, and I'm just streamlining it to to be more informative and more thought provoking as to. Before it was aimed at the corporate entity, that they let waste like this happen just so frequently and so willy-nilly, haphazardly, so it seemed. But as I've learnt more about it, you know, because it's based upon my passion, that it's way more calculated than that, and that the waste is way deeper than the end product. Is what I'm realizing. And so it's how to turn that information projected onto the video and make it more understandable without it looking like it's some sort of rabbit hole, you know. Because the vegetable, like a tomato, you know, a simple tomato, you know, you put the seed in the ground, the vine grows, the fruit flowers, and then it fruits, and then it ripens, and you harvest it, and then you put the produce up for sale, and someone buys it and ends up on the table. And take the seeds, and then the cycle continues. But it's not like that at all. No, it's. I've learned that there's so many more processes to just a simple tomato, and how many middlemen and how far it travels, and the footprint one tomato leaves behind for it to end up in a dumpster. That's its final resting place, you know, until a dumpster diver comes across and picks it up and then revives its cycle again. Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes I need to take a break from it. You know what I mean? I agree with you wholeheartedly, Ben. It should be taught in schools. Just basic survival skills, being, you know, and basic ones. Maybe not so much. Hunting is not everyone's cup of tea, but you know, but it should be made available, you know, to be out, but to make simple traps, and or but cooking, you know, self-care, you know, learn things of like about our society, like financial IQ and taxes and stuff. You know, there's only two guarantees when you're born, and that's death and taxes, guaranteed. But other things like energy, how to harness energy that's free without it being scientific. Where does it end? It ends in my belly. Yes, Stephanie. Yeah. I feel you bring honesty to your videos, Big B, like you open your heart. Yeah, thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. I do try. I try and turn what people, what a minority of people deem as activity that's frowned upon, to the narrative that good happens from doing this, not bad things. People don't get sick, although I don't blame you for thinking that's what people do. You know, that people could potentially be sick, get sick. That's the reason why people don't allow dumpster diving, because you get sued. Because you might get sick. I always say, you know, if you don't wash your fruit or your vegetables when you get home from the store, yeah, just as much potential to get sick from that as well. How's your daughter in Honey Bun? They are really good, thanks, Caleb. Yeah. I mean, if you get the brisket, I will smoke it. What do you think of Kumara? Is that right? Humdrum? What do I think of Kumara? I'm trying to. Yeah, Yeah. Oh no, you spelt it phonetically, so I'm just Kumara. What do I think of it? Oh my God! It's in a hangi cold. It's my most favorite food. It is at the top. kumara, the sweet potato. Yep. Kumara, Ben had it spelled right, or at least in where I'm from, kumara. What do I think of it? It's kumara. No, if you're thinking about the sweet potato, where how Ben had spelt it is how we spell kumara from New Zealand. Yeah, it's a sweet potato that's got this purple goodness that runs through it when it's cooked. And some of it's like golden yellowy on the inside, and it's got a purple skin. Oh man, it is divine. I haven't had proper kumara since I've been here, since I've lived in Australia. Yeah, that is divine. It is, oh man, it's like my medicine. It's like what watercress is to others. I love it so much. Sweet potato, always good, yeah. Hey, Amy. Wow, both the Amy's been in the house. Orange cumin is yum, baked like potato, and that's what we get. We call it the golden sweet potato. Yeah, it's all nice. I'm not going to lie, it's all very nice. But if it was all lined up together, I would go to the one all the time without fail. Yeah, there'd be no plan B. Yeah, it's because I grew up with it. I grew up with it. I love it so much, man. I'm just like thinking about like all of the times I've eaten it cold, or I've had it on toast, or I've had it refried, or oh man, I didn't. You know what I mean? And I had a grandfather that would like make, and grandmother that would make rows and rows and rows of it, and we'd go in and harvest it, and we'd bury it in a pit, so then it would everything got harvested. We would make baskets up and take it to the old people and drop off bags for them, and they put it in their own little pātaka or their own little pits. But anything we had left, we'd dig this big hole in the ground, a big kumara pit, and we'd put it all in there and just bury it. So it would keep during the winter, and every time we needed some, we'd just go and dig the surface and keep digging deeper. That's how we did it when there was no conveniences, like a fridge. If you want to put up the recipe, I'd be obliged. What's the difference with kumara and Oz? Oh, well, first of all, it's not called kumara. It's just called sweet potato. The word kumara is specific to New Zealand only. And they don't have that kind of variety. They don't have the kumara variety in Australia. And it could be its growing conditions, maybe. I don't know. It might be too hot or dry or what. But it thrives very well in New Zealand. And if you run along the latitude of New Zealand, or the latitudes of New Zealand, and run it right across the globe, those latitudes hit Peru and the bottom parts of the South Americas. So we have a Māori potato that's very similar to the Peruvian potatoes. Small, golden on the inside, multiple colors, different variety, like multiple varieties, which is why they believe that that Polynesians navigated throughout all of the Pacific Ocean, and would have eventually come across the South Americas, and traded. Yeah, that's from South Americas to New Zealand is a vast distance, and yet we share similar artistic styles, foods like the kumara, like some of the potatoes that we have, the riwai, we call it, riwai. Oh, later, Caleb. Later, my bro. Paul, g'day, Paul. That story is said to you about the forklift. Oh, yeah, cheer, my bro. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember, brother. How are you, my bro? Kumara turnips and potato, boiled, drained, and roast with duck fat and yams. Last 20 minutes. Stop it. Oh, shucks. Damn, I missed my wife's call. Thanks, Ma. Thank you. I have to get off the live too, my guys. And as much as I would like to stay on and chat some more, I've still got a few more chores to do to finish off. So I'll get on and do that. It's funny how a 30-minute live can turn a little bit longer when you're having fun, right? And sharing all of this cool information with each other and talking amongst ourselves. And I've learned some cool stuff, man. I've learned some cool stuff, and it's all thanks to you guys. Chores are overrated. Yeah, I don't rate them at all. I just need to just get on with them and do them, my bro. Yeah. Um, but yeah, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I love and appreciate you more than you will ever know, more than words could ever say. And and keep an eye out for the next video. Be coming out like tonight, perhaps tomorrow morning, probably. And I appreciate all your love, support, and encouragement. You know, it means the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I couldn't say it enough. And in the meantime, be kind to everyone. Be kind to yourselves. Smile on purpose, and give someone a compliment on purpose. Why not? Why not? You can change their whole day, week, life just by being kind. But until then, man, I'll see you guys on the next Bin Living adventure. Peace.